Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin'.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Tyson.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. And able to find Kirk complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Here we go. 280! Hey, empty! They kill. They force kill.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Go. 280!
They gonna need some therapy after this.
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Ebron with it over the middle. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
A first down carry for Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Derrick Henry with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings 7, Redskins nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Set, ready. Okay, go. I'm here all day.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back to throw. Forced out. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mike, here we go. 120! 49!
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Central West.
And the Vikings first down.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Henry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mike, 58, right there.
They'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Throwing on first is Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Cook with a first down and much more. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Dalvin Cook, 92 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half. But out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
56 yards.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Henry running right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Check 3, check 3. Check.
Sunday. Kill.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford.
Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 40. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big run that time by Henry. 45 yards on the ground. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Wentz to throw. He completes it to Boyd. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Smoke!
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Wentz to throw for it on fourth. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll fight his way down. Right around the 12.
That's it, baby.
Devin White on the tackle. It's a pickup of
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
120.
Let's go, D.
Man, 5 7. Hey, let go. Here, shoot. Lefty, lefty.
Working from the gun, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
He'll look to throw. It's caught. Nelson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43.
That's good for a Washington Redskins first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
I got it.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Watch Twitz. Watch Twitz.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's get it.
59-yard attempt.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Peek out, peek out, peek out.
57. Here, shift.
Motion, check. Shift. Time's a mark. Watch the out.
Two jet.
This is Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go. Set. Henry. I'm coming. He's coming. Double up.
2nd and 15. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
He'll look to throw. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get it. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Redskins 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now he's forced out left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Looks like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Malik Collins in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a busy night for Henry continues. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll run with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Here's Henry. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
At the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Last 54. Come to one.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They come out here in the I. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Again, it's Henry. And able to break break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Pilot, 64, weak. Attention!
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Hauling it in, Nelson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Now we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Malik Collins, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 16. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dante Fowler able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Robert Quinn and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll run it again with Henry. Sheds off the tackle. A solid stiff arm. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big run there by Henry. 47 yards on the ground. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Robert Quinn in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure. All assignments were covered, that they ended up running themselves out of time.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Go, go. 180.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the